Okay, how are we doing this? Lizelle?
Good day. The market is busy, is it not? Come, rest here. I have the finest selection of flowers and Orlesian-scented oils in all of Denerim. For you, perhaps? The oils are very relaxing in baths, no?
What's there to see in the market?
Much of the city is still a mystery to me, but the markets is like my home. Circle and sorcelled objects can be found in the wonders of Thedas, in the alleyway north. The armorer, Wade, and his emporium are just to the south. If you need work, outside the rectory to the southeast is a chanter's board. And if your thirst is strong, head to the Nord Noble Tavern north of here. Be prepared, though. They do put on many airs.
Where are you from?
I am from Orlais. You've heard of us, no? This Denerim is a fine city, but I miss my Varroyo. She's quite beautiful this time of year.
Why did you leave?
Orlais has many, many good things, but it is sometimes not so good to be common.
Oh.
My brother had trouble with a chevalier and we departed shortly after.
What's the chevalier?
You know so little of Orlais here. The chevaliers are knights of the highest order. They are the most skilled in the world. Their discipline, formidable. For their service, they're allowed privileges. They can do whatever they want to the lesser born.
Oh, wow. What sort of trouble did you get in?
A chevalier took an interest in me. It was his right, but it was unwelcome.
Oh, wow.
Incensed, my brother hit him over the head with a pot. Such a thing is almost treason. We left that very night and came here.
You have a very good brother. What your brother did is right.
Perhaps where you are from. But in human lands, things are sometimes not so clear. Many revere the chevaliers for their skill, honor, and deeds.
That's not honorable.
Others tread lightly. As lightly as the mouse in the cat's den. If you will excuse me, I feel a touch lightheaded.
Are you okay?
It is a pleasure to see you again. Have my flowers enticed you? Or perhaps you tire of the smells of the city and would buy my Orlesian oils?
Do you have something more practical?
And smelling good is not? Ferelden is no longer full of barbarians. People judge with their noses as well as their ears and eyes. But you look more armed than most of my patrons. Perhaps you seek the armorsmith, Wade. Then to the south? He is quite the artiste, yes?
I have to go. Interesting. And oh. I wonder if we can. Well, let's talk to him really quick.
What is it? I have work to do.
I have a note here from your master.
What does it say?
Oh, you're one of the ones that.
I knew this would happen. Just when I was starting to get good.
Ooh.
Well, thanks, I guess.
Right.
Sure, but we don't need that. Oh, we can't even talk to him. That sucks. Who has the key? Who has the key?
Dwarven craft.
I recognize you. From Ostagar. And trust his blood. You're a Grey Warden. Duncan's apprentice. You killed my friend. And good King Kalen. I demand satisfaction,
Are you serious?
sir.
Logan's charges against the wardens are false.
So you would compound slander on top of treason? You dare smear Terran Logain's word?
Use your wits. The Wardens would never help the Darkspawn.
The savior of Ferelden, Terran Logain, personally told me of the Warden's betrayal. Your betrayal. An uncommon traitor deserves no common death. We will meet on the field of honor, and my blade shall see justice done.
Son of a...
Meet me in the back alley behind the Nod Noble Tavern. There we will duel.
I won't fight a misled fool.
But honor demands you accept.
I'm a dwarf. Your honor, not mine. Farewell.
You turn your back on me? This is not over, Warden.
Dwarven crafts. Fine dwarven crafts. Direct from Orzammar. You won't find... Welcome, welcome. We sell only the strongest dwarven steel, folded over 100 times in the forges of Orzammar, and better suited to your hand than anything else you could find in this city.
Thank you, my guy. I'd rather buy information if you got any to sell.
I'll answer what I can, but my policy is not to sell things that don't belong to me.
Who are some important people here?
It's the capital of Ferelden, so naturally the Queen and Regent are at the top. But the man who seems to be running the city guard is the new Arl Rendon Howe. Came in from somewhere up north.
What's happening in the city?
The Landsmeet's the big news. Every dusty noble estate in Denerim is airing its sheets, waiting for the Lord to ride into town.
Let me see what you have for sale.
Every piece comes with a stamp of assurance from my wife's father, the best smith in Denerim.
Did we not? Also fire. Yeah. I don't know if that's the... Oh, there we go. So... Oh, the electricity. We'll sell that one. Maybe plate. 16. What is this for? Technically don't need that. Oh. We do have a lot of good stuff. Sword. Oh. Armor pin. Berserker. A free. Oh, man, you have a backpack. What's a berserker? That's not for us, obviously, but metal shard. We're gonna. I'm coming back. Hopefully, you'll be here in a while. For a while.
Look, before we go any further, I want to say something. I appreciate that you brought me to see my sister, and that you were there to talk me down after we left. You're a true friend, and I love you.
No.
I just wanted to tell you that.
Sure.
Well, now that that's out of the way, something you need, my dear?
Nope. So what does Alistair stuff look like? Love. Cool. Let's do everyone else's. Still. Always. We know we got a song. Oh. That's not a gift. Grounding. Coats. Oh wait, one more. Neutral as well.
Right.
What was that? Oh, the red Jenny.
Dwarven crafts. Fine dwarven crafts. Direct from Orzammar. Won't find better.
As you wish.
More stuff we can sell. A apron.
Be careful with that package, you lazy slut. It's worth more than you'll make in 10 years.
Oh, wow. Let's see. Who's the mark, my guy?
Good to see you, Warden. Fighting the good fight, eh?
You have a mark.
I've got one. Should be easy pickings. 50 silver.
Tell me about
A
it.
lady's maid is in the marketplace. She's wearing bright green. Should be easy to spot. She's got a purse with some of her mistress's ill-gotten gems. Just relieve her of her purse, and then we both come out ahead. Good luck, Warden.
I don't know about that. She's obviously gonna... She may hit that woman or fire her. There's other stuff, but other people here right now. Sergeant oh, you. You with the
You
stuff
here to
on the
report
board.
another crime? I swear we should just cordon off the entire district. Oh, can I help you, Warden?
Is the market really, district really that bad?
The lower market isn't deemed important by the captain of the guard, even less with Al Howe in charge. So when I finally get the new men I request, I get the delightful surprise of discovering their Lord Such-and-Such's illegitimate, untrained, moronic whelps. But lords keep sending me more of them. It's decent pay, no expectations, a uniform. So I have a legion of bastards to protect the market from pickpockets, stabbings, and whatnot. And Al Howe's specially picked men are the worst of the lot.
Do you need any help?
What? You're serious? I mean, yes, I could use help. I've got a pretty popular establishment that's crawling with mercenaries. If I send my boys in, someone might get, maker forbid, hurt, and I'll have to explain to their noble fathers that being a guard is actually dangerous.
What do you need me to do?
The name of the whorehouse is the Pearl. Beat down any mercenaries that are out of line and send them a message. I said beat down, not kill. Let me make that really clear. Not on fire, or exploded, or make a nose, whatever type of grisly death you can dream up. Sorry. Used to giving orders to my boys. Just leave them breathing and I'll be happy.
Sign me up.
Thank you, Warden. Happy hunting.
Hooded courier.
My client appreciates your generosity.
What client? What?
Let's get started.
Which one was this? Ways Emporium. I think that was the blacksmith, maybe? Probably not. Huh. Karen?
Welcome, friends. Welcome to Wade's Emporium. We have the finest armors
are.
in Denerim, maybe in all of Ferelden. How may we assist you?
Let me see what you have first. Can you tell me about the city?
The city is full to bursting. With people from the country coming, trade is thriving. especially those that deal in weapons and armor. Master Wade is especially in demand.
What do you have for sale?
Certainly.
Let's sell this. That's all some good stuff though. Tell me about Wade.
Welcome back. You looking for fine armor?
Tell me about Wade.
You're obviously not from around here. Wade is possibly the most brilliant armorsmith in all of Ferelden.
That's not true, Herin. The dwarves of Orzammar make the finest armors around. These piles of rust droppings you forced me to make are worthless compared to their work. You never let me have the time, the materials to make something special.
Customers expect their armor in a timely fashion, not years late like the last time.
That happened once, just once, and you never let it drop.
Smith and my people past work over generations, centuries.
Centuries? You hear that, you young mutt? Centuries? What's an extra year here and there to make something wonderful?
Thank you, dwarf. Your fine point has made my life so much richer.
Hey, you're welcome.
Come again.
This is probably going to be an issue, but...
This should be easy enough.
Oh, another love letter. To one's paramour. When last we embraced, one noticed the redolence of another's company, but one was unmindful. His most eminent Sir Feather Halfsmith, Asphalt III. Master Wade?
Herin, the bloody customers are bothering me again. What do I pay you for, anyhow?
Sorry. Wade is a genius. Truly, you will be astonished by his work. But he doesn't deal with customers. If you need anything, please ask me.
Wow.
And tell her I don't want her looking over my shoulders making doe eyes at me either. I'm thinking, blast it all.
Truly sorry, sire.
Wow. Who is in charge here?
Let's get started.
Ah.
A little something extra. For friendship.
As you wish.
Mage Collective, the Nerum, Blood of Warning. While they tend to be careful and judicious in their use of force, the Templars do indeed make mistakes. I understand that several relatives of our friends among the Collective will soon become targets of the Chantry, and while I trust that this will not lead to lasting harm for those innocents, I wish to ensure that those targeted are fairly warned and evacuated before the Chantry can send its message. I ask that a noble soul take the bundles of vials attached to this missive and find the 4 homes the Chantry is likely to target in the Nerum. Mark the front door of each home with the goat's blood from the vials. Those relatives will understand the message and evacuate before the Chantry can threaten them. This collective, a gift of silence. This collective is only successful at the pleasure of the Templars. Their continued devotion to our safety requires certain concessions on our part. In the interest of renewing our relationship with these fine and generous agents of the Maker, this is a vast difference from the first one. We ask that a willing man or woman of character grace our good friends with the gift of lyrium. Procure 10 lyrium potions and offer them to Knight Commander Harith in Redcliffe. Have you seen me? The collective is saddened at the absence of the great mage Reynold. Our friend has not been seen in quite some time, and our gatherings are the lesser for the loss of his tales of ribald exploits and the aroma of his delicious twice-baked meat pies. Reynold was last seen traveling in the direction of the Brazilian forest. Oh, how did he love the outdoors. Is this the crazy guy? I hope not. Anyone who returns with evidence of the whereabouts of the beloved mage, Reynold will be rewarded. Scrolls of Bannister. In times such as these, one must suspect even his neighbors of the darkest dealings, lest they cast a shadow upon those who labor under the light. I, Jabasto, has heard tell of a cabal of Maleficarum, performing rituals in the dark near my sanctum, and I certainly wish to see them brought to justice for their dark deeds. I hesitate, however, to accuse them of vile sorcery without full understanding of the trappings, ritual, and appearances of the dark magic requires. The writings of the hated Maleficarum. Bannister should be suitable. Should a courier be available to procure my copies of the Scroll of Bannister, I will be appropriately grateful.
Good to see you again.
No problem. Let me talk to you. Oh yeah, the maid.
Oh, the mistress will be cross with me if I'm late.
I really hate to do this to you, my girl. I do, but how big? I don't remember. Stealing is... Oh yeah, we have 2. However, you should be. Are you better at it? Nope. But you have... Where is... Oh, you can do the bomb. Boop. Mysterious door.
Dwarven crafts. Fine dwarven crafts. Direct from Orzammar. Won't find better.
Oh, blood of the blood mage. Who's it?
Turn your attention elsewhere. My business does not concern you. Thank you and farewell.
Let's see.
Turn your attention elsewhere. My business does not concern you.
I have something that might interest you.
I doubt that. Yes, you're right.
So what did
This
we
is
just
very
tell
interesting.
him?
I'll take this note from you and I'll confiscate this lyrium as evidence. You have done a great thing here, friend. Those rogue mages' days are numbered.
Hey, what did we just do? Justice must be served. You turned in the 10 lyrium potions as evidence of the mage's collective dubious relationship. What? Justice must be served. Reload that. I'm so confused. Where is it? Tonight, come on behalf of the mages. If the mages' questionable gifts to Templars doesn't seem right. Oh. Should we? I'm confused. Okay. Knight Commander Harrod. Tavish. Which one are you? Oh no. So I kind of want them to do the bribe. But if we Knight Commander Tavish in the Narrow and testify. Knight Commander Harrod. Yeah, I'm not doing that.
Dwarven crafts. Fine dwarven crafts. Direct from Orzammar.
This is... Oh, Genitivi. But I want to do Red Jenny. Oh, another door. Oh, this is the... There's a long breeze like a change in pressure. In the small painted box. Oh well, that's it. Guess. Warehouse. Shop. Well, this is our reason for being here right now, technically. In the TV. Can we not get the book? That's up. Waylon.
Yes? What are you doing here?
Who are you?
My name is Waylon. I'm the assistant of the scholar Brother Genitivi. This is his house.
Where is he?
That makes two of us. I haven't seen Brother Genitivi in weeks. He sent no word. It's so unlike him. I'm afraid something has happened. Genitivi's research into the urn may have led him into danger.
What do you think he discovered?
I don't know. He was very excited when he left and said he would be back with all the answers. Perhaps the urn has been lost for a reason. I pray for Genitivi's safety, but hope dwindles with each passing day. I tried to send help, but some knights came from Redcliffe looking for him not long ago. I sent them after Genitivi and they too have disappeared.
Let's go with the cunning. I didn't even know this was a thing. How do you know they disappeared?
Well, they haven't returned and they sent no word either.
Are you close to the knights? Why send your word?
I don't know. After what happened to Genitivi, can you blame me for thinking the same thing could happen to the knights? Perhaps I am just a pessimist. I hope I am wrong.
So where did they go?
Now don't ask me where they went. You'll go after them. And what if ill luck should befall you too? This search is a curse on all of us. Some things are not meant to be found. I know that now.
My guy. Tell me where he went.
So be it. All he said before he left was that he would be staying at an inn near Lake Kalinhard, investigating something in that area.
Didn't we go there? What exactly was he
I
investigating?
don't know. All I discovered from going through his research was that he was staying at the inn.
But you just said that he spoke to you and told you that.
Yes, of course he told me, but I also
Let's
went through his
go.
things to see if I could find other clues to his whereabouts.
You sound nervous, hiding something.
I know it sounds suspicious, but I swear I'm not lying. It's been a very difficult time for me, and sometimes I don't know what to think or feel. I want Genitivi to be rescued, but I don't want more people to be hurt. You understand, don't you?
You don't seem trustworthy.
You do not have to trust me. My conscience is clear. Follow in Genitivi's footsteps if you must, but be careful.
Brother... Let's see. Just read it whole. It's not much. As it is the duty of all true sons of the chantry to make the chant heard from every corner of the world, I made it my mission to find as many corners of the world as possible. The Maker can hardly expect us to do one without the other. Excerpt from In Pursuit of Knowledge, The Travels of Chantry Scholar by Brother Genitivi. Brother Genitivi is one of the Chantry's most well-known scholars, primarily on the basis of the stories he has published, which many of his contemporaries dismiss as fanciful, of his travels across the length and breadth of Thetis. His travels, and rather too curious natures, led him to the study of folklore, which gave him the notion that he could track down the most debated of all artifacts, the urn of sacred ashes. He announced that he had found what appeared to be the trail of the urn, left in the legends of the regions through which it had passed from the Metralius on its way into hiding. Can we look at this book? Dragon cults. Let us suggest for the moment that a high dragon is simply an animal, a cunning animal to be sure, but in possession of no true self-awareness or sentience. There has not, after all, been a single recorded case of a dragon attempting to communicate or performing any act that could not likewise be attributed to a clever beast. How, then, does one explain the existence of so-called dragon cults throughout history? One dragon cult may be explainable, especially in light of the reverence of the old gods in the ancient Aventer Imperium. In the wake of the First Blight, many desperate Imperium citizens turned to the worship of real dragons to replace the old gods who had failed them. A dragon, after all, was a god figure they could see. It was there, as real as the archdemon itself, and its evidence made clear, did offer a degree of protection to its cultists. Other dragon cults could be explained in light of the first. Some cult members might have survived and spread the word. The worship of the old gods was as widespread as the Imperium itself. Certainly such secrets could have made their way into many hands. There had been reports of dragon cults, even in places where the Imperium never touched, among folks who had never heard of the old gods, or had any reason to. How does one explain them? Members of the dragon cult lived in the same lair as the high dragon, nurturing and protecting its defenseless young. In exchange, the high dragon seemed to permit those cultists to kill a small number of those young in order to feast on draconic blood. The blood is said to have a number of strange long-term effects, including bestowing greater strength and endurance, as well as an increased desire to kill. Oh boy. It may breed insanity as well. Never-end dragon hunters have said these cultists are incredibly powerful opponents. The changes in the cultists are a form of blood magic, surely, but how did the symbiotic relationship between the cult and the high dragon form in the first place? How did the cultists know to drink the dragon's blood? How did the high dragon convince them to care for its young, or know that they would? Is there more to is there more to draconic intelligence than we have heretofore guessed at? No member of a dragon cult has ever been taken alive, and what accounts exist from the days of the Navarian hunters' records only mad rants and impossible tales of godhood, with dragons only recently appearing and still incredibly rare. We may never know the truth, but the question remains. From Flame and Scale by Brother Florian, Chantry Scholar, 928 Dragon. A dragon cult, interesting. We still are looking around at this. There we go.
As you wish.
On the betrayal of Adraste. The History of the Chantry, Chapter 3. It is said that at the Battle of Valoran Fields, Mafarath stood and looked out over his armies. He had conquered the southern reaches of the greatest empire the world has ever known, and built splintered barbarian camps into a force to be feared. With pride in his heart, he turned to congratulate his men and found that they had turned from him. Mafarath fell to the evil of jealousy. After all that he had done, his wife was the one to retrieve all the glory. He saw his wife's power and influence, and tired of his place as second husband below the Maker. His heart swelled with fury. If he had conquered just to have his wife wrestled from him by a forgotten god and a legion of faith-hungry rabble, then perhaps this war was not worth the trouble. Here, history and the channel of light come apart. History tells us that Mafarath looked north in the Central Imperium and saw nothing but more war against a rapidly growing army, and he despaired. The channel of lights hold that Mafarath chafed with jealousy of the Maker, and jealousy of the glory that Adraste received, although it was he who led the armies. I wonder, there has to be truth in both, a little of both. He could have been jealous, but also realized still nothing but war coming. So, Mafarath traveled to the Imperium capital of Merathius to speak with the Archon Hazarian. There he offered up his wife to the Imperium in return for a truce that would end hostilities once and for all. The Archon, eager to put down the voice of the prophet that stirred his own people against him, agreed. Mafarath led Adraste into an ambush where she was captured by Imperial agents, putting an end to her exalted march. Crowds of loyalists stood in the center square of Merathius to watch Andraste's execution. By command of the Archon, she was burned at the stake in what the Imperium believed to be the most painful punishment imaginable. According to the Chantry, however, Adraste was instead purified and made whole by the flame, ascending to life at her Maker's side. By all accounts, there was only silence when they expected screams. There was only silence where they expected screams. At the sight of the prophet burning, the crowds were filled with profound guilt, as if they had participated in a great blasphemy. So moving was the movement that the Archon himself drew his sword and thrust it into the prophet's heart, ending her torment and leaving those assembled to consider the weight of what they had seen. Whereas the execution of Adraste was meant to be a symbol of defeat for the faith of the Maker. In truth, it all but sealed the fate of the worship of the old gods and paved the way for the spread of the Maker's chant. From the Tales of the Destruction of Thedas by Brother Genetivi, Chantry Scholar. That's freaking cool. Still not really a fan, but it's freaking cool.
What are you doing? You're not supposed to go in there.
Early? Why not?
I'm sorry, but that room is not for guests. It's full of books and papers, and I'd rather they were not disturbed.
I won't mess them up.
I said no. Genetivi was a very private person.
You're hiding something. I want to know what it is.
No, don't touch that door!
Enemies are...
Legit. What is happening? Who is this guy? I don't want to check one thing. I want to do this. Might as well. Let's see. Ooh. Alistair, I don't know what you got. What's happening? I need to get out this. Can we stun him while he's doing this? Thank you. Show me what you
got. Let's get started. On it.
What's in here?
This should be easy enough.
Political structure of the Chantry. The Divine is the titular head of the Chantry. Although since the schism split the Imperium Chantry into its own faction, that are now in fact two Divines at any one time. One Divine, informally called the White Divine, is a woman housed in the Grand Cathedral in Valrieux. The other, known as the Black Divine, is a man housed in the Argent Spire in Mithradius. Neither divine recognizes the existence of the other, and the informal names are considered sacrilegious. No matter the gender, the divine is addressed as most holy or your perfection. Beneath the rank of divine is a grand cleric. Each grand cleric presides over numerous chantries and presents the highest religious authority for the region. They travel to Valrieux when the College of Clerics convenes, but otherwise remain where they are assigned. All grand clerics are addressed as your grace. Beneath the grand cleric is the mother jar. In the imperial chantry, the father. If a mother is in charge of a particular chantry, revered is appended to her title. These are the priests responsible for administering to the spiritual well-being of their flock. A mother or revered mother is addressed as your reverence. Brothers and sisters form the rank and file of the chantry and consist of three main groups: affirmed, initiates, and clerics. Affirmed are the lay brethren of the chantry, those regular folks who have turned to the chantry for succor. Often they are people who have led a difficult or irreligious life and have chosen to go into seclusion, or even orphans and similar unfortunates who were raised into the chantry life. So, like Liliana, I think? The affirmed take care of the chantry and are in turn afforded the life in quiet contemplation, no questions asked. Only those folk who take vows become initiates. These are men and women in training, whether in academic knowledge or the martial skills of a warrior. All initiates receive the academic education, although only those who seek to become Templars learn how to fight in addition. Clerics are the true academics of the chantry, those men and women who have dedicated themselves to the pursuit of knowledge. They are often found in chantry archives, sages presiding over libraries of books and arcane knowledge. The most senior of these clerics, placed in charge of such archives, are given the title Elder, although such a rank is still beneath that of Mother. All other brothers and sisters are addressed simply by noting their title before their name, such as Brother Genitivi, from a guide for ambassadors from Rivain. Corpse.
As you wish.
Ooh. Suggests that the village of Heaven and the mountains on the way might have some clues to the location of the urn. It said, ooh, village of Haven. Sorry. And the freaking corpse. The body of the real Wayland. That's a freak. Ugh. The imposter. Oh, we're close to leveling actually. Renault. I have to go to Red Cliff to Harrod. Lot of warning. And we still have this, don't we? We have to turn that in. Action. At least we have a place. I guess the tavern is next.